Feeling called this morning to make amends with hope and disappointment. Dualistic experiences. To make amends with the duality in general. Knowing that to experience God here on this plane, we have to experience God in everything. God in hope, God in disappointment, God in the feeling of aloneness as much as the feeling of togetherness. God in the feeling of freedom as much in the feeling of entrapment, enslavement, stuckness. The reason why we seek for God and call for God and ask why God isn't here is because God is in these things that we were told that God is not inside of. God is only God that we have been told that God is, or shown that God is more appropriate. It's on the unified field. The unified field is when we connect with God through plant medicine, transcendental meditation, or have a near-death experience. The unified field is where God can be truly what God is meant to be. But here, God has created a divine experiment to be everything. Everything from fire, water, earth, wind, destruction, rebuilding, death, life. Imagine the thing that makes you the most angry. Perhaps that person that hurt you. That person you can never forgive because they hurt you in such a big way. Imagine that person that hurt you in such a big way was a part of God. That God is in that hurt. That God is in that feeling of betrayal. That God meets you everywhere. That you feel that God has abandoned you. Imagine God being in that feeling of abandonment. Imagine God being there, embracing you, loving you, holding you. And in that bit of anger, that bit of resentment, God is there. Not asking you to feel different, not needing you to feel different, even though you want to feel different. But you can't feel different until you move through that feeling and accept that God is there too. I've been told this whole journey that I would make it through just fine, that I would do it the hard way and teach people how to do it the easy way. And I feel that that is true. But I'm not so sure it's in the way that I thought it was. I think God always gives us accurate messages. It's just whether we interpret them accurately. And then we have this a chance to get mad at ourselves. Mad at ourselves for not interpreting right. Perhaps interpreting hope where there was inevitably disappointment. But we are wired, some of us, for hope. And when we experience disappointment, ultimately, we can have a tendency to have an issue with hope. Have an issue with being with hope and the presentation of new hope. We say, no, I trusted you before. I'm not going to trust you again. But maybe hope is as hopeful as we are. Maybe hope was just being what it was meant to be, which is hopeful. Maybe hope only knows hope and didn't have anything else to present. So I'm at this point where I'm allowing things to be what they are. Loving things as they are. Making amends with everything that feels hard to make amends with. Missing people. The thought of missing people. And finding God even there. And I love you all. Mwah.